Okay, let's continue. Okay. Okay. This is the last content I'm supposed to cover today. Okay. After covering this content from lecture 1 and lecture 2, I'll create one assignment. Very easy assignment actually. I will give you a template. You have to fill up the answer, and then you send over. When you answer, of course, most of you are going to use ChatGPT. Fine, but explain your answer in a proper way. Then you will upload in e-learn. Okay. Now this is, of course, lecture 3. Week 3 for week 3 actually next week. So I'm covering now today for you. And then next week will be another lecture, and that will be on assignment 2. Lecture 3 and lecture 4 will be assignment 2. All right. Now let's continue. In this lecture, we are going to cover on array and operation. Okay, first array that you learned just now is a list. No? It's a list. Second array you learn is on array. We are going to learn on array in a while. We did very little just now. We installed NumPy and then we created one array. But now we are going to create a more 2D array and all that. So first is the list. Okay, this is the list. Just now you saw already. This is the list. Huh? You see, we are using a simple bracket to do a list. Frankly, tell you, most of the work can be done with just the list. But computation, solving high end, for example, system linear equation, finding for root, you want to use NumPy. Okay, people have developed those functions with NumPy, so that's why we want to use NumPy. Other than that, simple matrices, a simple vector, we can just use a list. Okay, and then this is a list, and then printing a list, and then a type. When you type, of course, it is a list. And the length, some so-called built-in function, the length of the list will say the number of elements in the list. Right? We saw this earlier. Right. Next, this is a two-dimensional list. Right? Two-dimensional list, 2D. Right? This can be X values, this can be Y values. We can then plot X1, Y1, X2, Y2, X3, Y3. We can plot like that. This is a two-dimensional list. Right? And you see, one bracket, two opening bracket, two closing bracket. So 2 times, yeah, two-dimensional list. One-dimensional list is one long, lengthy, like that. Just one close, one open is one-dimensional list. This is two. So two-dimensional list. Just like this is just like a matrix. Okay. Now, as I said, the beauty of Python again, we can mix the type of element in the list. The first type is a string. Second is integer. Third one is a string again. So this is an example where we can mix. But for example, for C language, we cannot mix only one type. Okay. For example, integer. Everything must be in the form of integer. Okay. Now, for example, here it is a two-dimensional, one-dimensional. 2D or 1D? 3D. Why you say 3D? What? 2D, 3D? 2D only. See, 2 times open, 2 times close. 2D. Okay, this is the first row, this is the second row. So the first row is actually student 0. Index 0, the student's index 1 is second row. Okay, so that is how we access using the index. The index, the first row, the second row. Okay, so okay, are you comfortable with printing out this like this? This is another way of printing the information. Use F and then quote sign, open and close quote. And then inside, you see a bracket. This bracket is actually a command. Command to extract student first row, students 0. Students second row, student 1. Okay, so student first row, student second row. Right. Like dimension is, what should I say? You see, you can think of column. So I say column. I think you can think of column. For example, here, this is one dimension, right? So this one dimension, this is a, you can think of it as a long row, or you can think of a long column, right? Now let's think of it as a long column. Long column, okay. Yes. Now, this is a number line, one dimension number line, right? Then if I have x value and y value, I want two column, right? Two column. So this is just one column. If I want two column, it becomes x and y, 2D, right? Now, this one, we can think of this as x values, one column, another y value, second column. So, two dimensions. Okay? I can make three dimensional, right? Add another one. Comma, add another list, right? Becomes three. Now, x, y, and z, three dimensional. I can make four also, right? I can just keep on adding. Okay. This is again, I'm just repeating again to make a list by using a range. So I'm making a list using a range from 1 to 12 with the increment of 2, right? We saw earlier. I just printed again here. So we get the increment of 2, step by step 2. 0, 2, 4, 6 until 10. So it won't be 12. Oh, until 11 only, but just that after 11, there's no more step size 2. Okay. So you want to access to this access. So this is one dimensional. So 0 means automatically the first one. The first one. To access the first element. So the first element will be 9. So second element, this is not second element, rather the third element, because first element starts from 0, 1, 2, right? And then as I told you, negative 1 means we are starting from behind. We're starting from here. Negative 1 means here. Negative 2, negative 3, negative 4. So we can use negative index value to count from here, from left to right. The usual way is right to left. Right. Okay. Left to right means I use negative number. Okay. All right, so I can always do, as I said, we can add. Right, we can add. We can also remove. This is adding. I'm explicitly saying A2 equals to 99. So automatically 0, 1, 2 is replaced with 99. Right? Okay, so what am I doing here? I'm just taking a part of it. So as 1 to 8, 0, 1, 2, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So here to everything here. So I get the list 1 to 8. So double dot here means 2, like 1 to 8. Okay, here, okay, 1 to 8, printed out already. Just here printing out. One to 8. Okay, maybe something here. I missed maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Right, when we write 8, the last one will not be printed, isn't it? 7 only. Okay, same thing this time. I add another number. 1 to 8, but I want the increment of increment 2. So actually 1 to 8 just now you saw, but increment of 2. This is the number of increment of 2 that you get from 1 to 8. Okay? Okay. maybe you can see now. So increment of 2. Increment of 2. See the next number. This is the number. Increment of 2 is can be 8, but this is the number. Next number cannot be. Next number is this. Okay, that's how it goes. Not exactly increment of 2, but from the least increment of 2. Yeah. Okay. This one means from 3 onwards. From 3 onwards. Go on. I run this one. Can you run it? Oh, sorry. This is until 3. It's 3 double dot from 3 onwards, right? This is until 3. So 1, 2, 3. Okay. So actually here 3 means 0, 1, 2. If I put this dot behind 3 onwards. Huh? Example, let's bring 3 onwards. Sorry? Oh, is it? Okay. Right. Okay, so this is 3 onwards. Alright, so you get 3. This one, chunk 3. 0, 1, 2, 0, 1, 2, 3 onwards. Okay? Yes. Okay, some built-in functions. Yeah, built-in function, for example, max. We have already, Python has already, so we just call max score. We get to see the maximum value from here, mean. Yeah, some built-in function that you can directly use. This is to accumulate total score. The list average. Where is the list? Okay, the score. Oh, the score. This is the score. Yeah, the score came from on top. Right. So we are just first we are adding up, summing up all, and just dividing by the length, which is the average, and putting out. Okay. Okay, so again, same thing, we are creating a list with power 2, right? The original item of power 2 for in X, this is X. Okay, so there's another way of creating a list, just like just now, right? So did you try? Huh? Try? No? Example, yeah, example. You want to store the coefficient for this polynomial. The coefficients are C0, C1, C2, C3. So pretty much straightforward. You can just do like that. So these are the values for the coefficient. Yeah, this is the value for the coefficient that you want to do. And just save it as a list. That's it. We are not doing any kind of computation yet. Okay. Just representing and saving it. The next, we are trying to extract a part of it. Yeah. Example, the first one we are expecting the third element 0, 1, 2, 3. Okay. And then we are expecting the last element -1. Okay. And this next question. Okay, next question. This question is about adding. First, you want to add x4. X4 is it? X0, x1, x2, x3. Okay, x4. You have x4, 11. You want to add 11. Next, you want to add x0, x0. So you want to add one more in front, x0. Then finally, you want to insert a new starting point, x0, x1. So how to do it? The first one, append. Append 11, automatically it will push right behind. Append. The first, this one is x0 equals to 0. You delete the first one. You are replacing, we are replacing the first one. This one, x0 is 1. This one is adding a new element. And there's a difference between x0 equals to 0, x insert x0 equals to 1. Okay? Okay. Now this is a simple exam test question. Can you do test question? Given a list, okay, given a list, take down equals to some number, some number, some number. Write a function to calculate the total sum of the list and show demo. So this is the name of the function. This is the input. So now first we initialize set total equals to 0. And then we use a for loop. When the answer.